Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier In The Air. Thank you for watching. If you're new, thank you for watching for the first time. This is my little corner of the internet where when I can, interview people in their mom places. I also do different things like you're going to see today, and I also do a lot of beer, wine, and alcohol tasting, though that's not going to happen today. So the African beer tasting that we were going to do yesterday got put off. A lot of people had their last minute schedule changes, so there wasn't really enough people to have what I like to call a drinking quorum. So I thought it's best to push it off till next month, which actually works out for me since I'm working a lot these days. And I hope to be done in the next couple of weeks. So that will give me time to do the show or do the tasting right. Okay, so it is March 19th. This is episode 10. And for those of you who've been watching all along, thank you for that. Today we're going to have Trashy Hood, though not a lot. We're going to have a Zen Moment. We're going to have Healthy After 50 because that's been our most viewed and commented on section lately. And we're going to have a bottom line. So there you have it. I squeezed it in 30 minutes last time. I'm going to try to get 30 minutes in again this time. So let's go straight to our Trashy Hood.
Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood. Hey everybody, so here we have day 2. I like to call the weeks by the number and then the week that I am. So this is week 34, day 2. As you see, a lot of styrofoam, cigarette butts as always, cigarette boxes as always, water bottles, soda bottles, alcohol bottles, and all sorts of whatnot in there. This is day 3. And again, more styrofoam, more beverage containers, to-go bowl. Beverage are to-go containers, block of wood with the chain on it, empty chain oil container, a whole carton of fruit juice, just the carton. And then we went into day 4. Now, day 4 actually has that cardboard box behind it. I found it in the middle of the street. Water bottles, cigarette butts, of course. I think there was a cigarette container there, a box there. Vape pen, some more bits of pieces and junk, and some police tape from the mailbox that was unfortunately broken into. Yes, you heard right. Not only was there a cardboard box laying in the middle of the street, flattened, but laying in the middle of the street, but also there was some police tape there from the sheriff's office that unfortunately, both I and myself and a lot of other people on Nextdoor.com took pictures of and reported a mailbox broken into. Luckily, it's not mine, but it's real close to mine, so I have a feeling sooner or later they're going to try to take a whack at mine. It was right over on, for those of you that know my neighborhood, right on Black Cherry and Birch, the mailbox that is right there. Right before you hit Red Bay on Black Cherry. Sadly, it was broken into, and it looks like these guys knew what they were doing because it was broken into. I hate to say it, but broken into quite well. So they didn't mess around. They broke into it, grabbed whatever they wanted. There were still some envelopes there. Grabbed whatever they wanted and took off. So it had to have been in the dead of night. So it's unfortunate that a lot of people are doing that, but it is that time of year that people do taxes, which I highly recommend. And if you're going to do taxes, I know there may be an additional fee. There isn't for me. So some people tell me there may be an additional fee if you have your taxes direct deposited into your account. But would you rather have that? Or would you rather have it stolen and then you have to file a report and on and on and on and on? I myself am going for the direct deposit. So there was your Trash in the Hood. Got 3 days in this week. I hope to get in some more next week. I will be not working from home, so it's a little bit more difficult, but I will get in there and do it and get my walks in because it's important for me to do that. So for those of you who have been around for all 4 seasons so far of Javier in the Air, I want to thank you for that. Some people have asked me what's next, and I don't know. I'm going to keep going with season 4. I'm going to keep trying to get people to interview, trying to get people on the show, trying to do this and that and see where it goes. And hopefully there'll be many more seasons to come. So keep watching. I try to change things up. Right now, this formula that I have seems to be working well. I do spirits only every other week now. Sorry, people, but they are the ones that have the least comments on there. So I'm gonna put them out only every other week, which is good. Saves my liver. And if you have any suggestions or alcohols or beers or anything that I've missed or that you'd like to see me review, please do it. I can even do a flight if there are 3 or 4 different beers that you want me to try to see. I still do tastings with Brother Rob every now and then. I still hit breweries with Brother Rob every now and then, and maybe some other people. So we'll keep going on that. All right, so let's go into let's get calm for the day before we get into our bottom line. So let's go to our Zen moment. So many moments running through my head, so many thoughts. Sometimes you just have to sit wherever you can, alone with your thoughts. The thoughts come sometimes fast and furious, and sometimes slow, like an iceberg drifting through the sea. But when they come, be sure and take some time to spend with them. That's just not for you, but for me. The many thoughts we have that run through a fire and brimstone across our minds sometimes. And sometimes the nice scent of a summer rain. Some of our thoughts will make us cry. Some of them will make us laugh out loud. It's really up for you to decide what thoughts you want to keep with you forever and what thoughts you want to let go by the wayside. So I was just asked, I was just asked 2 days ago where I got, where are we getting these poems from? And they're coming from Jay Anderson. If you know who Jay Anderson is, then I don't need to say anything else. And sometimes they're free verse, so they don't necessarily rhyme and they don't necessarily have a meter to them, but they were given to me. So I put them out there for all of our enjoyment. So there is that. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate any comments, thoughts, suggestions, feedback that you want to give me. Even if the feedback is negative, which I actually got one the other day, say, why are you even doing this? Which was interesting. I'm figuring that was negative, not like they were excited and wanted to know why I was doing this. I think. Plus, I don't know the source. It was somebody who like randomly put something on there, so I don't even know if they watch the show or not. But I do it because I can, and because I want to, and because I enjoy it, and because it fills up a little part of my day. So there you go. For those of you who are local and are looking for a little poker game here and there, or wanted to participate in my tasting, please shoot me a message. I will get you on the list. I know I missed some people this time, but I was running a little short of time, which probably also helped that we didn't do it after all. So drop me a line and let me know. Okay, so we went now from our calming Zen moment. Let's kick things up a little bit with our bottom line. Today's episode, taxes. Frog Social Media presents Bottom Line, Taxes. Okay, thank you, everybody. This is our new bottom line taxes. So, a lot of people I know over the years have done different and interesting things with their taxes. Some people like to file late. You know who you are. Some people file so late that they have to file an extension. You know who you are. So, they have to get done. Just like that old saying is, the only thing of certainty is death and taxes. And while you're living in this country, yes, it is. So it never pays to not pay your taxes because the tax man will come a knocking whether you want him to or not sooner or later. I have friends and family that have done this, and the tax man has come for them, and they have had to pay penalties and or other things. Luckily, no jail time. So, taxes can be a burden. They can be horrible things to file. Excuse me. Taxes, all in all, are good for this country. Whether you hate them or not, whether you think they're too much or not, they do need to get paid. Whether you like a certain president or not, I know I don't go political, but it doesn't matter which president's in office. Guess what? You're still going to have to pay taxes. And if you live in a state that has state taxes, you're going to get hit twice on that. So, regardless, it's never going to change. It's never going to go away. Especially if you like to have roads you want to drive on, if you like to have some sort of government and not have everybody just all chaos and anarchy, which sounds good on one hand but is totally bad on the other. So taxes need to get done. Best thing you can do, here we are March 19th, and I hate to say, but I finally filed my taxes about 3 days ago. I had some time, little time window, so I was able to get it done. It only took me about an hour. And the reason why it only took me about an hour is because I had everything already printed out in advance and in order, which I know is a little weird for people, especially people that may line itemize and that sort of thing. So but it has to be done. So if you're going to line itemize, then I suggest that you, on April 16th, and you start the year 2024, or actually you should have started in January, so let's be honest. And you should have started in January to start collecting items for 2024, your 2023 taxes. So every receipt, keep it. Every doctor's appointment, keep that receipt. Keep that total. If you're doing a like a cafeteria fund for your insurance, keep that number nearby and keep it printed out. You do get prints out of that from your insurance. Also, any receipts for clothing or anything like that, especially if you live in a state that has state taxes, you want to and you line itemize, you want to keep receipts for everything. Now, I keep my receipts for everything because I'm paranoid, and that's just me. So I keep back about 7 years of taxes, or 7 years of receipts, and I will go through them every year as it becomes year 8, and I will get rid of those receipts. But it comes in handy when you have to do your taxes. And if I would ever get audited, which I don't see how I would because I don't really have that much, but if I did, I have all my receipts handy and ready to go, even though I don't line itemize. So get your taxes done before April 15th. There's known to be mistakes caused by that, so there's no reason to. Now, how should you do it? I don't know. It's really up to you. Some people use accountants if they have that kind of convoluted receipts, and they have Roth IRAs, and they have IRAs, and they have investments, and they have stocks, and they have bonds, and they have all this, and they've been selling and working on them throughout the year. You will get some receipts, possibly a 1099-R. You might get a 1095-R, you might get a 1099 div or 1099 INT and that sort of thing. So if I already blew your mind, then that means you're really going the plain way. More power to you, do it. But they have to get done. So if you're a young person out there, like my nieces and nephews who are now in their 20s, I hope that you have started doing your taxes. I know you've been out in the workforce long enough. Don't be scared. I know people in their 50s and 60s that are still scared of doing their taxes. Once you start to doing it, you realize it's something you have to do, and something that you can make quite efficient so that you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Like I said, I spent 1 hour of compacted time doing my taxes, and that's only because I was filing some things that I hadn't filed before, 5498 and 1095, blah blah. So, another thing you should do is make sure you have all your receipts in one place. All your receipts, all your 1099, all your 1099s, all your W2s, everything in one place. Put it in a folder if you have to. Put it by your computer so where when you are ready to do it, you won't have that much of a problem. The problem comes in when you don't plan. When you don't plan, things go out of crazy. You're filing at the last moment. You're throwing everything into a box and saying, "Here, file it for me," and throwing it away into the post office, who will send it to the IRS, who will be like, "Gotta audit this person." So, bottom line is taxes. Prepare, and you won't have any problems. Thanks a lot. Okay, so there was your bottom line. So I've had some requests, not requests, I've had some thoughtful feedback and suggestions for my bottom line. So if you or anybody else has any thoughts or comments or suggestions or topics that I should talk about in the bottom line, then please send them to me, either through my YouTube channel, Javier In The Air, with my handle being Javier In The Air 01. And this is in the air, not on the air. I don't know who that punk is, but he's not me. Obviously, if you inadvertently go to his show, you'll see he's definitely not me. And then any thoughts or comments or concerns about anything else throughout the show, just let me know. And once again, welcome if you're new. Okay, so we talked a little bit about taxes, and we talked a little bit about this and that on the show. We're coming up with a healthy after 50, but I wanted to let you know that I got to gardening again. Yes, I did. Thanks to neighbors James and Zaida, the Pavlovskis. They are doing a hell of a good thing over there in their gardens. They have spinach growing. They have green onions going, which are so tasty. They let me have some the other day, and they're fantastic. And they're growing strawberries. So I actually ate one of them, and it was fantastic. So I thought I'd give it another go. For those of you who have watched the show over the years, know that I tried to grow some alpine white strawberries that I got the seeds for. Well, sadly, the seeds never grew. I watered, I monitored, I did what I could, and the seeds never grew. So this year I decided to try something a little different. I did put radishes and carrots out there. Radishes and carrots, and I think even some beets. But I ordered from Amazon, which I know a lot of people are like, what? It's not going to work. Well, let me tell you, I tried to order a cherry tree seedling, or sapling, I should say, or from the actual plant, from a plant nursery, and it showed up as a stick, and that's the most it ever grew. It was about 3 foot long, but it was a stick. So never grew. So I finally got rid of that. Put a blueberry bush in my front yard. That seems to be thriving. So far, I can see it from here. So, regardless, fast forward, went to Amazon, ordered some yellow strawberry plants. So I got the plants in yesterday, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to plant today because it was 37 degrees when I got up this morning. But it's now about 57 degrees, and sunny, completely sunny, so it's fantastic. So I went out there, got a cage that I also got from Amazon to try to protect it somewhat if the strawberries start to fruit, if the plants start to fruit, I should say. And I have them out there now, 4 little plants, yellow strawberries. They're not alpine. The alpine were white. These are yellow. And so we'll see if I can get something out of them. So there's your update. I'll keep everybody going. Maybe I'll do a new section called Green Thumb, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so excuse me. Yes, I haven't yet confirmed, but I'm pretty darn sure that the cough is coming from my medication. So thank you, everybody, for your concern. Let's go ahead and now go to our last section, Healthy After 50. Dark Frog Social Media presents Healthy After 50. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the section called Healthy After 50. So, we've talked a lot about mental health and physical health and all that, keeping your mind sharp, keeping your body as sharp as possible. We all age, we all know that there's things that start to drop off on us, literally and not literally. And one of the ones that I find valuable that I've found across my family and friends, specifically my family as they get older, has been laughter. So laughter keeps us young because we life is funny. There's a lot of things going on in the world today that's not funny, and a lot of people out there that are very sensitive to things that are what used to be hilarious for some may no longer be hilarious for others. But if it still makes you laugh, and I'm sure I'm going to get some feedback for this, but if it makes you laugh, then laugh. Enjoy it. The old roasts of the 60s and 70s are, to me, some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life, with Richard Pryor and Red Fox and Bob Hope and on and on and on. Even Steve Martin was on some of those, and um, just the list can go on. I can probably try to find 30 or 40 names of people on there that were hilarious. Now, some of the jokes may be considered risque, and some of them may not even be able to get told anymore. But if you can remember them and you found them funny, then laugh. I'm not going to stop you from telling jokes that are offensive. If you tell them in front of me and I'm offended by them, I might tell you, but you can do what you want. It's your life. I can only do so much. Um, if they're racist, I might have more of a problem. I do will have a problem, but I don't really know anybody that tells racist jokes, at least not anymore. So we're all good with that. But things are interesting. Humor helps out, covers the pain sometimes, covers the sadness, covers the depression that someone might have. And if it makes them laugh and it makes them feel better, then who am I to say that they can't laugh at that? Honestly, really. I mean, sometimes why a lot of people laugh over physical humor is because while they're hurting, they see someone who hurt themselves, but they get up and they're not really hurt. So what's wrong with that? Now, if someone gets really hurt, then that's not funny anymore, and people are concerned and they go and help out. But the pratfalls of Saturday Night Live in the 70s, Chevy Chase and everything, yeah, he may have gotten some built up pain as he got older, but as you notice, he stopped doing those pratfalls. So, but they were funny, especially when he would do it on an opening bit. So, there's a lot of things that can make you laugh, and there's nothing I remember more than my family sitting around an old TV. We probably weren't even listening or watching TV, and we were just laughing and joking, and everybody was telling their own jokes, or everybody was just telling stories about growing up or getting old or that sort of thing. I specifically remember that multiple times at both of my grandparents' houses. And there was nothing better than just sitting around and shooting the breeze. I know sometimes I do that with my family here, and I've done that with other family members and other people, and it's a great thing, and it should be done. Uh, Laughter keeps you healthy. If you notice, when people are really sick, they don't really have the room for laughter, which is unfortunate. So if you go and see somebody that's sick or that needs some cheering up, telling them some jokes will definitely brighten their day, even if it's for a little bit of time. So there's there's some really bad jokes that are so bad they're good. So you should always try to tell these because they're so bad. People laugh at it anyway, and if you can get somebody to start laughing, then you know that you can get them into a good spot. For example, what do you call a well-balanced horse? Stable. How do you make an egg roll? You push it. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired. Too tired. And then again, what did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless. So, horrible jokes like that, and send me your horrible joke and I'll get it on the air, is what helps the world stay afloat. And it helps you stay afloat, and it helps your family stay afloat. So, you have to know your audience. I have thankfully, my entire life I've been really good at being able to read people. So I know what jokes will go over, what kind of humor will go over, and what type of humor will not. So it's been good. Um, I don't know why that light went out, but there it is. Maybe it got too hot. Who knows? So there you have it. Laughter. It really is one of the best medicines out there. And as you get older, you see things in life that may make you laugh even more. I know I've been accused of sitting on a park bench and just laughing while waiting for friends, and they thought I was crazy, but maybe I am a little crazy. But I got to laugh no matter what. So keep that laughter coming for everybody around you, and you'll notice your day go by quicker and brighter. And that is it, everybody. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching the show. Hopefully you find a little tidbit that you can use throughout your day and your life and so on and so forth. And you will come back and continue watching because I am going to continue to keep doing it. So quick note for somebody who did notice, I am on a what would you call it? Um, Not on a starving myself or anything like that. I am refusing to really shave and cut my hair until I get this release out. Release being for my job, not for this show. And so things are getting a little wacky here. I know for those of you, you probably think that his hair is still unbelievably short, but it's really not for me. It's coming in like a nice little chia pet, which is why I wear the hat all the time. You see, there's some stuff here that's going. Plus, the white comes out in droves as I let it grow. And you see on the beard, I'm letting it go much higher than I normally do. Plus, I'm letting it go much thicker than I normally do. So, thankfully for you and for me, I have about 3 weeks left, and then I will go back to being the somewhat clean shaven individual that you guys all know and love. So, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the show. Let me know if you have any feedback, comments, concerns, and whatnot. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, phone, anything you know how to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. And I will see everybody again next week. Well, we will have a spirit time next week, so looking forward to that. And have a good rest of your week.